This is my recap of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 6, Episode 5, The Snatch Game. You're going to have to forgive me, I'm not feeling real well. It's a gloomy day, so my energy is a little low. So we're at Snatch Game, one of my favorite challenges. I love humor. I say that every week, so I've been really thrilled with this season. Basic episode, RuPaul comes in, says we're doing the Snatch Game. Everybody picks their character. RuPaul comes back, asks them about it, kind of, how are you going to make it funny? Show me an example. Everybody freaks out afterwards. We do the Snatch Game. Afterwards, we do the runway, Night of 1,000 Ruse. And then we have a lip sync and one goes home. So there you go. There's the episode. I'm going to go through it kind of character by character. We're going to start with DARIEN. So DARIEN was safe. DARIEN did a Paula Deen, totally passable. Everyone who was safe just did a good job, just didn't land enough jokes. The one thing that DARIEN did say is kind of called out Milk in an interview about how Milk wasn't really playing the same game as them. And a lot of times when one contestant criticizes another, there's a certain amount of jealousy or criticism, and maybe that's part of it, but DARIEN did summarize it really well, which Milk, who was in the bottom, but wasn't one of the bottom two, is kind of like playing a different game. So when Milk came out for her Rue outfit, she was in workroom Rue, which is male. So looked like Rue. I totally got what she was going for. Shocked me, but it's her performance gets so far away from what we think of as drag queen that it's almost hard to say that this is the competition for her. So like if this is a circle of what drag queens do, like here's the circle of what Milk does, and there's a tiny little piece. And so I don't think Milk's gonna be around much longer. Talented performer, love her, but I just don't necessarily know that you can say with any confidence that she's like the best drag queen in America. So next down we have Courtney Act, who did a completely passable Fran Drescher. And then Jocelyn Fox, who did Teresa Giudice or Giudice from Real Housewives of New Jersey, and had a great little kind of like opening joke, and she had the wig like right here, which if you know Teresa is like hilarious, and that's it. And I'm a little disappointed in Jocelyn because in the workroom and in the interviews, so funny. And then I feel like all the performances, she's been like a background player, and I'm really disappointed in that. And then the last of our safe group is Trinity, who did Nicki Minaj, and just the only reason she wasn't in the bottom was that there were worse people. Now for our top group, Adore did Anna Nicole Smith, who I used to watch that show, and I didn't really have any memories of her, but as soon as Adore started doing her impersonation, it all came back. That's the accent, that's the countenance, that's the body language, like that was Anna Nicole Smith, and I couldn't believe how much I recognized it. So it was a wonderful, wonderful impersonation. The biggest problem was that Adore's runway look was Adore inspired by RuPaul, which wasn't the challenge. The challenge was RuPaul. And I kind of wonder if part of the problem wasn't that Adore doesn't have the equipment, like the wigs and the outfits. I don't know. I don't know whether it was a choice or whether it was just kind of circumstance. Next down was Bianca. Bianca did Judge Judy, did a great job. But I have to say that I liked Bianca more this episode than I have the rest of the season. I like Bianca unsure of herself. I like Bianca when you're getting just her gut reaction as opposed to a list of lines that she's memorized to kind of like throw out there. So when she found out that RuPaul's favorite, RuPaul's favorite TV show is Judge Judy, it really threw her for a loop. And I found that's when I liked her best. So I want to see more of that. And then Ben de la Creme did Maggie Smith, and RuPaul kind of was like, oh, how do you make it funny? But I saw what she could do because I've heard enough quotes about Maggie Smith to know that she can be unintentionally funny, and Ben did a great, great job. And Ben won, which I was really happy to see because it was a really close call several times. Definitely a stronger competitor than I would have thought in that first episode. And they did call her out on this being her second old age makeup, but in both times it's really fit the challenge, so we'll have to see. If she does it again, then sure. But so far it's fit the challenge. Now, our bottom group already said Milk. Milk ended up being the one that was sent back, and it was safe. The other two was Estranja Laganja, who did a really bizarre Rachel Zoe. So it was like, it was like if someone told you to do an impersonation of someone you didn't know, and you were like, and you just grabbed some random features and decided to go with that. So she kind of this like robotic, like, you know, boom, 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 boom kind of delivery. It was really bizarre. It didn't remind me of Rachel Zoe at all. And I find Estranja Laganja to be kind of annoying. I find they picked up a whole bunch of mannerisms, and they're always like, you know, pulling these little things out like, oh, okay, you know, and oh, you better believe that I'm, you know, young and hung and march to my own drummers. These phrases that I just don't find really that interesting or funny. And so I'm getting a little tired of that. And then she had to lip sync against Gia Gunn, who did the most limp Kim Kardashian I've ever seen. She clearly didn't know who really Kim Kardashian was. And she had some jokes that I thought could have landed, but it was like her timing was so bad that when it came out, instead of being like shocking, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you said that, it was just like, oh, okay. So anyway, they lip sync, they have a very different style, and Gia Gunn goes home. So I'm okay with that. Beautiful, hasn't really been that interesting, and that's kind of the point. We're at that point in the race where you've got to be everything. You've got to be, you know, you got to be a drag queen. You can't just be close enough. So I'll see you guys next week.